I'm sitting in my office today and I'm thinking to myself, why is it so hard for couples to connect sometimes? And as a counselor, I feel like many times couples just aren't connecting at the right level. They're not looking underneath to what's really going on emotionally in their lives together. Hi, I'm Mike of MikeandSusanDawson.com, and Susan and I just love working with couples to help them build happy, connected marriages. And it appears to us that the thing that trips couples up the most is the emotional connection. Most of us don't learn about emotions in school or as we're growing up, and so there's this stigma around emotions because we really don't understand it. And so emotions really get a bad rap, but emotions aren't bad. They're actually what's needed for really close and connected relationships. There's been over 40 years of research now that's been done with couples. And in one study, couples that had relationship failures all said, both men and women, the same thing. They said there was a gradual growing apart, there wasn't a sense of closeness anymore, and I didn't feel loved and appreciated in the relationship. And so if you think about what those three things really mean, it means that those couples had an emotional disconnection. They were emotionally disengaged. And that played itself out as the couple no longer being responsive to one another. They no longer were emotionally available to one another. And they didn't feel like best friends and partners doing life together. And they no longer soothed one another when there was hurt or pain or stress in their lives. So, what we're saying is that emotions are very important to our loving romantic relationships. Now, that same 40 years of research also said that when couples have fights, when they have conflict, whether that's about sex or whether that's about money or whether that's about parenting or the in laws, that what they were really fighting about and what was really happening was a failure to connect emotionally. So, we're going to continue the talks about emotions and how great, loving, connected, romantic relationships must manage their emotions. And so, we've got more videos to come on that, but I want to give you three things today that are really important and things that we're going to be talking about more on the future videos. If we want to have connected, close, loving relationships, then there's three things we've got to do. And the first one is that we have to differentiate for ourselves the difference in thinking, feelings, and behaviors. They're three very different things. Our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors are all very different things. The second thing, if we're going to have really connected, loving relationships, is that we have to manage our emotions during conflict. Because if we don't, then things escalate and we fight and we hurt one another. And the third thing we're going to continue to talk about is that if we're going to have loving, connected relationships, that those are a reflection of and a part of our emotional intelligence. So check out MikeandSusanDawson.com. There's actually an emotional intelligence quiz that you can take right there. It's not scientific, but it might help you understand how comfortable you are with emotions and handling those things. And then we'll see you back here to talk some more about managing your emotions. Thanks.